Now, if you've been praying for a good week's worth of fine, dry weather to crack on with the harvest, well, surprisingly enough, I might have just something for you, because the coming week is going to be really featured by temperatures well above the seasonal average in many inland parts of the British Isles. We could even see records both by day but also by night, and it could make for some really quite difficult nights for sleeping. And the temperatures so high and so humid, particularly in the south, that we might find cases of heat stress, not only amongst ourselves but also think of the animals. So if you've got animals outdoors, make sure they've got a good supply of fresh water, and indoors, of course. And if you have to ventilate greenhouses, we'll make sure that all your thermometers and control gear are working at their very best. And we're seeing the first signs of that heat already in the southeast this afternoon. But notice how those darker colours indicating there the higher temperatures really push their way up and across not only England and Wales, but as we get into the middle part of the week, so they're pushing on through to Scotland and into Northern Ireland, such that by the middle of the week temperatures will be well above the seasonal average in all parts of the British Isles, into the mid-20s across central Scotland and Northern Ireland, and as high as the mid-30s down in the south. And of course, at this time of year, the sun is very strong indeed, so don't mess with it. You will get burnt very quickly. So just take some sensible precautions. Avoid the midday sun if you can. Drink plenty of water to avoid dehydration, and don't forget the sun cream as well. Now, I'm not promising wall-to-wall sunshine in the coming week by any means, and that's the way the week is starting, because we've already got a ribbon of cloud across Northern Ireland, central and southern Scotland, the north of England, producing the odd spot of rain. And I think that chance of a shower in that sort of area is likely to be there right through the rest of the afternoon. Further south, though, it's pretty much sunshine all the way, and you've seen the temperatures responding to that. Now, overnight, we're going to push a little bit of cloud across the western side of Northern Ireland into the western side of Scotland, with perhaps the odd spot of drizzle there. But again, it's the temperatures that really catch the eye, particularly across the south and up the west, although under clearer skies, they'll fall away quite markedly on the eastern side of Scotland to single figures. So Monday starts off with a fair amount of cloud across some of these western areas, but it's pretty much sunshine from the word go, with a little bit of mist and murk, has to be said, across parts of the southeast. And then come the afternoon, we get rid of that, and the sunshine keeps on pouring through, and it really lifts the temperatures. And bear in mind what I was saying about those heat stress problems as they touch around about 33. And as we get on into the rest of the week, well, Tuesday, it looks as though there might be a subtle difference, but I'm just indicating here the threat of a shower, perhaps a thunderstorm, just beginning to work its way in as that heat really begins to pour on through. And by this stage, I think we'll see brighter conditions getting into Northern Ireland and Scotland, so don't be caught out there either by the strength of the sun. Not a great deal of difference as we get on into Wednesday. Still those temperatures well up into the 30s across many parts of England and Wales, and getting into the mid-20s in central Scotland. The threat of showers moving up, and just along the eastern coast and perhaps along the south coast, you may feel it just a wee bit cooler. But even as you get right on towards the end of the week, we keep high pressure close by, fine and dry for many.